All right. I am getting started in a uh, webinar, and I just wanted to go ahead and Periscope it today. So I hope that you guys will jump in and watch the Periscope. Hopefully, I got that even enough. All right, so so we've got webinar is going to start in just a couple minutes live, and I'm just getting the Periscope all set up for us. As you can see, I'm just relaxed and sitting here and getting ready to do a webinar. I don't stress about a whole lot of things when I do the webinars. I have 4 minutes. I'm going to move the camera back. Like turn it a little bit. There, I have almost the same exact picture that we've got on video. Yummy. Ooh, my hair's doing all kinds of weird things today. Oh, hey, I didn't even notice I had some people log in. I'm sorry. I'm just playing with my Periscope. But what I'm doing today is I'm going to do a dual cast. I'm actually doing a webinar today online that is Business Coaching Co-op, and I thought I'd dual cast it on Periscope. So we're going to start in about 1 minute. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get the webinar started. So let me jump over here to my webinar service, and I'd like to say hello to everyone that's online. Randall, can you see me now? Hopefully you can see me. I'm actually dual casting right now. I'm casting on the webinar service, which is Webinar Jam. That's what I use. And I'm also simulcasting on, oh, let me put my camera on and maybe that'll work. All right, can you see me now, Randall? Oh, good. Great to have you, Randall, and great to have my viewers on Periscope. I'm actually simulcasting this thing on Periscope, and I've got some viewers over there too. So I'm actually really excited about some of the information that I've got to offer you today on business building tips. And we're going to talk today about some things that'll help you get your business started if you don't have a business already, or if you're thinking about getting into another business that you're not real sure if you want to step into. I'll give you some pointers on how to get it started, because I've got so many businesses and I do a lot of work before I actually go in and start a business. So anyway, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Shelly Turner, and let me go to the presentation and you'll actually see. There we go. So you should see those that are watching online, you should see the presentation on screen now. And I want to welcome you to the webinar. And let's talk about me for a minute. One of my favorite subjects besides business. I have a BSIT, which is a Bachelor's of Science in Information Technology. I also have a Master's in Business Administration. And I'm almost finished with my doctorate in educational leadership with an emphasis in educational technology. I'm ABD, which means all but dissertation, which means all I have left is the research paper, and I'm close to being done with that. My anticipated graduation date is April of 2016. So I would say that's pretty good for little bitty old me. I've also got an MCP, which is a Microsoft Certified Professional, and MCSA, Microsoft Certified Systems Administrator, and an MCSE, Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer. I also have the A+ certification, N, which is networking, and then the IC3, which is a real low-level certification. I call myself a serial entrepreneur, which means that I love creating new businesses, and I've done this ever since I was little bitty. I've created businesses over the years. I remember being like 10 years old, and we got candles from school to sell to raise money for school. And I took I schlepped those candles all over the place, and they were the big candles. I mean, pretty tall candles, and I took those things all over the neighborhood trying to sell them, and actually did a really good job and raised a lot of money. I'm also an Amazon author. I have written 4 Amazon books, and I'm real pleased with the results. I've had a lot of fun doing that. I'm a Udemy instructor, which means I have created several Udemy courses and put them up for sale, including one called JVZoo Mastery. So if you're interested in using JVZoo and learning how to use JVZoo as a seller instead of an affiliate, that course takes you all the way through the very beginning. It assumes that you don't even know how to get a domain. So it tells you how to get a 99-cent domain, how to get web hosting, how to put your sales pages on the web hosting, and then how to set up yourself as a seller at JVZoo, and then how to get your affiliate army. So I think it's a great course. Of course I do, because I wrote it. And but it's great. And right now Udemy's got, I think, all of their courses on sale for like $10 or $15. So find those coupons and get that course. It's regularly $97. You can get it for about $10. I'm also a former high school biology teacher, and I love teaching, and I love teaching at the high school level. And I had an absolute ball in my biology class. but I had to leave it temporarily. Hopefully I'll go back to teaching. I am teaching kind of now with the Udemy and with the online teaching, but I had an amputation June the 9th of 2014. I had my right leg amputated above the knee, and I've been off work ever since, kind of learning how to use my prosthetic and still healing, and I'm still going through the things that you go through when you have an amputation. So that's a little bit about me, and you'll see those of you that are on the webinar on your desktop and not on Periscope, you'll see behind me, I've got two mascots today. My cat is Gunther, and Gunther is a beautiful gray cat, and he's a very big kitty, and he thinks he's a lap kitty, and he's just so big it's hard to keep him in your lap. But he's a cuddler, and he loves attention, and he always wants to be as close to me as he can, if not on my lap. But I wouldn't let him on my lap while I was doing the webinar, so he's sitting as close to me as he can. And then Scrappy, which is the one that you've probably seen before. He's at most of our meetings. You can tell he's sleeping. But Scrappy is my buddy too. He gets upset if he's not able to sit on my lap. So whenever they're not able to sit on my lap, they sit as close as they can to me. Which there's Gunther and there's Scrappy. We also have other animals, but they're not as attached to me as these two are. We actually have 5 cats and 2 dogs, which is really pared down. Once I had my amputation, I knew it was going to be hard to take care of my animals. So I actually got rid of a whole bunch of them. We had a couple of ferrets. We had a couple of guinea pigs. I had a 55-gallon tank with 2 slider turtles in it. I had another 35-gallon tank with a snapping turtle and a toad in it. And I had one tank that had about 100 guppies and another tank that had Chico, the goldfish. Chico had a 55-gallon tank all to himself, and that's because in my classroom, that's where he was located. And we actually spent time during the year training Chico as we learned about the scientific method. They figured out a way, a research model to train the fish. So every year Chico got trained. And believe it or not, we taught Chico how to swim through a hoop. We taught Chico how to take a basketball and put it into a basketball goal. And they did all this themselves. They did their own design of the experiment and did their own data collection and everything. So it was really, really cool. Cool way to learn the scientific method. Anyway, there's my little biology lecture for the day. But anyway, that's a little bit about me and my animals. And let's look at what we're going to talk about today. So let me move over to sharing my screen again. Yay me. Okay, so here's what we're going to talk about today is the 10 tips for building a business with little or no cash. So before you sell your soul to giving away all your equity to someone, to a venture capitalist, or jumping into things that you didn't really do due diligence and do good research work, you can actually roll up your sleeves and get started on getting your own business started. But you want to do some things, these 10 things, before you actually get your business started. So there's a lot of things you can do. I'm going to show you 10 things you can do to help you. First of all is clarify your concept. This is a big deal because a lot of times you go into business with these big ideas and oh my gosh, you're going to change the world and you're going to make a difference and it's going to be wonderful. And your idea is so big that you can't quite grasp it enough for a customer to understand what you're doing and what you're offering. So you need to make sure that you clarify your concept. You need to be as detailed as possible. And you need to outline what you want to do in your business. Chances are, once you start really outlining what you're offering as far as a product or a service, and thinking about it from a customer perspective, how are they going to get your product? How are they going to use your product? How are they going to rate your product? How are they going to respond to you if they have issues? All of those things you need to clarify before you get started. And once you do that, you may actually find some holes in your strategy that if you think about it beforehand, before you start your business, you'll actually be able to fix those things before they become huge problems and you spend a whole bunch of money having to fix them after the fact. So clarifying your concept is really important. And I see this all the time. To give you a great example, to me it relates directly to writing a dissertation for a doctorate. I remember going in, writing my first idea down, and it was so big. It would have taken me 10 years to gather the data to be able to do the research, to be able to write the paper. And to me, that's how business is you think so big, and sometimes you got to really hone it down to make sure that you are meeting what you think your customer needs. And you have to think like your customer for a minute just to make sure that you've got a good concept. The next one is do your market research. Walk people through your target that are in your target market, walk them through your vision. So if you've got this idea for a business and you think it appeals to older women between 40 and 60 years old, find some older women that are 40 and 60 years old and tell them your vision and ask them what they think and take their feedback into account and look for patterns in the feedback. To me, it's almost exactly like a research project, and all of these tips are actually kind of formulated through all my experience with starting businesses and writing these dissertations. Your concept may make a lot of sense to you, but once you start talking to someone that is your target audience, they may actually show you that you got to tweak it or make a little change here and there, and that will actually make it better to reach your target audience and your target market. And if they don't get it and they don't see the value in it, chances are they won't give you any money. So you want to make sure that your product is sellable, because you're obviously going into this to make money. So you want to make sure that you can actually sell it. Wireframe. This is a really good idea, and this goes back to clarifying the concept. So you need to come up with a detailed map of your company. And if you've got an idea for a business, map out everything that you can think of that you will do for that business. So how are you going to do your accounting? Are you going to hire an accountant? And if you do you want to hire an accountant from a big company, or do you want to hire Uncle Joe from down the street? What about marketing? How are you going to handle your marketing? And are you going to have business cards? And are you going to be located in your home, or do you want a brick and mortar, or do you want an online presence? If you want an online presence, are you going to build it, or do you want somebody else to build it for you? And in these things that you're going through as you're wireframing your business, another thing you need to do is figure out what you're going to do versus what you're going to have somebody else do. And remember that the things that your expertise in is what you need to do. If you're not an expert in an area that you need for your business, hand it off to somebody else and pay them. You can use programs like Photoshop, or I like GIMP, but you can use just paper and pencil. Easy breezy, don't worry about how to making it difficult or beautiful or perfect. Just do it. Just put it down on paper what you want your business to look like. And again, you'll start to see some holes and some things and things you didn't think about as you start planning it out. And that'll help you have a better launch once you actually build your business. Do a competitive analysis. To me, this is really important. Don't ever think that because there's competitors out there that you can't go into business. But you do need to look at your competitors and see what they're offering and offer that much or more. And see what makes you different from them, that you're going to be able to not only get business, but hopefully pull some of their business away. So what makes your business different from them? And as you do your research, make sure that you continue to include this in the wireframe and the concept, so you can constantly be tweaking that business to make it something that's going to work when you're ready to launch. Educate yourself. To me, this is one of the most important things, not the most, but one of the most important things is you need to educate yourself on business and the different things that are involved with business. And there are services like Udemy that have wonderful courses. And if you'll just go to Udemy and look up some courses, you'll be amazed what they offer. And they can offer low cost or even free resources about business, about being an entrepreneur, about different things about marketing and sales, even how to organize your day if you're an entrepreneur. There's so many things. And even to help you in the area that you're doing business. So if you're a web developer, and maybe you're just a low-level web developer, you're not building these high-tech web designs and websites. Well, Udemy has a bazillion courses on how to build websites, and you can constantly improve your skills so that you can offer even better services with your business as you go. So you want to constantly be educating yourself on running a business and also improving yourself in your business, what you offer your customers. Research the reduction of costs of operation. In order to start a business, you have to spend money, but you want to try to spend as little money as possible early on, because you're going to need something called cash flow. You're going to need services that you got to pay for that allow you to provide services to your customer that you will get paid for. So cash flow is really important. So you want to spend as little as possible on the front end so you have that cash flow available to you. So but there are going to be times when you have to contract things out. For example, if you're not good at web design, you're going to have to contract that out. You want to find people that can do it, but do it for a reasonable amount. So there are places like Elance, Odesk, and Zirtual, along with Fiverr.com. Fiverr's a great place too. If you use Fiverr, though, pay attention to that, the seller level and also the reviews. Take a look at both of those things before you choose anyone from Fiverr. And again, what's great about Fiverr is it only costs $5. So when you do hire someone, hire them for a little bitty project for $5 to see how they do, their response time, how helpful they are, their communication skills during the project. And if they do well for a $5 project, maybe you can purchase something a little bit more expensive from them later. But you can save thousands of dollars by using these services. There's plenty of people out there that'll build you a site for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 and up. But you can find a lot less expensive ways to build a website that's a quality website. It's not going to be top of the line, but a quality website to get you started. And plus, that'll start getting you a portfolio together of the people that can do those kind of jobs so that you can improve your site later as you start making money. This goes for marketing tools too, guys. If you want business cards made and you don't know how to make a business card or you don't know how to design one, hire someone on Fiverr. If you are wanting to make videos and you want intros for your video, hire someone on Fiverr. There's just so many things you can do on Fiverr, Elance, Odesk, Zirtual. All those places are great places to be able to get resources and start your business very inexpensively. Start leveraging social networks. I know when I first started, I was like, I don't even want my family to know that I'm starting a business, because I've started so many businesses and they've all been really great businesses. But your family's like, oh crap, she's starting another business. She's going to ask me to buy something from her again. It doesn't have to be that way. Use your social network to let them know that you're starting a business. I've been so fortunate because I started my app business and I build applications for businesses for the iPhone, Android, and Kindle. And I announced it on Facebook and was worried that my family would be like, oh, there goes Shelly again. She's starting another business. But believe it or not, family and friends actually had their own businesses or had friends that had businesses, and they referred me to them to allow me to make apps for them and even build simple websites for them. So I've been, I think, really fortunate in using social media to get my business out there and get it started. Also, it's been critical in my writing of my books. My books they've sold, I think most of the copies that have sold are because of social media. and me being online and promoting the books, and just talking about how excited I am that I published another book and it was up for sale. And then I got a book signing from social media. I mean, it's just incredible what you can do. And don't forget that as a resource for marketing. And you can also do things like social media contests. I've got a company, actually another business that I offer is I offer people the ability to do a social contest where they have people sign up and follow their links or like them on Facebook or everything. And the people that join the contest get points for every activity that they do. And the person with the most points wins. So you can do some type of promotion with this social contest, and it works. It's amazing. I know I did a social contest on promoting Kindle Kids Edition, and it was right before Christmas. It was a 30-day contest, and people were breaking their computers trying to make sure that they did all the activities to get the points to see who would win the Kindle Kids Edition. So there are great ways to, oh, and there's my doggy. There are great ways to promote your business and do promos. Hold on. My dogs are getting excited too. They're agreeing with me that you need to promote your business with some type of contest on social media. That's a great way to do it. And these can all of these things can help drive your initial sales. Oh, another thing I did was when I released my books, I actually did a social contest on getting a signed copy of my book, and that went really well. I was stunned how many people signed up and wanted a free signed copy of my book. That was cool. That was really exciting. All right, network. This is another key, is go out and meet other entrepreneurs. Tell them what you're doing. You don't have to give away all of your secrets, but you can tell them, hey, I'm in the book writing business. I publish books on Amazon. Get them excited about your concept. Ask for some help if you think they can provide value to you. Find a mastermind that you can work with. And if you can't find a mastermind, make a mastermind. Find people that are entrepreneurs. They don't have to be in the same business area that you are, but find those entrepreneurs and create a mastermind and get them together and talk about the things that you're going through individually, and you can help each other stick with it and grow and just really enjoy the process. And I'm sorry, my dogs are having a great time. I don't know what they're barking at. All right, so mastermind is a great idea. Get to know other entrepreneurs. The next one is find a mentor. I've found several mentors, and I keep in touch with them consistently. And I message them, say, hey, I'm getting ready to do this. What do you think about it? And they give me feedback. I don't waste their time with saying, hey, I had a bowl of cereal today and I ate a graham cracker today. They don't want to know the minutia of my everyday life. But mentors, most of them want to help other entrepreneurs. Their excitement of experienced success is so profound that they want to share that with other people. And it's not a money thing. It is a sharing and getting to experience that excitement of success through another person. And they get to experience that over and over and over again. There's a euphoria when you earn that first bit of money. And if you can help someone earn money, you get that euphoria again as you've shared your skills. And most mentors are like that. It's not about money, it's about helping people. So find people that are willing to help you. Now, some of them will charge you. Be real wary of how much money they charge and what service they're offering and what they're willing to do for you. There's a lot of mentors out there that have coaching programs, and they'll coach you, sure enough, in a group of 100 on a webinar that has 100 people, so you'll never get to talk to them individually. And they're absent 99% of the time. Don't fall for those. Find those people that are going to actually be there when you email them. Maybe have a Skype so you can Skype them. But if you do find those people, don't take advantage of their time to the point where they hate to hear from you. Save up those questions and send them the questions that you really need answered. And if you find the right mentor, you're really going to have a really great relationship. And I'm so lucky that I've got several people that I can email and Skype and call, and I can say, hey, I'm running into this problem. Can you help me figure this out? And every time they are right there, and I don't pay any of them. All of them help me for no charge. So everybody should have at least one mentor. Find one and stick with them, and ask that person if they will definitely help you through this process of building your business. Mentors can make all the difference. Get a professionally designed logo. I saved this one for last because it can be one of your most powerful steps. Is a logo represents your business, and there are some great services out there that provide a logo for you for minimal money. I like logonerds.com. You can get a logo for $27, and they send you several different types. You can go through a couple iterations if you don't like what they present you. Their customer service is fantastic. And just for your information, I make no money off of logonerds.com. So, but their service is impeccable. If you're not interested in Logo Nerds, there's always Fiverr, and that one's a hit or a miss. For $5, you're gonna get your money's worth. There, every once in a while, you can find a level 1 seller that has really good reviews that's gonna get you a really good logo. So just make sure you're paying attention to the level and the amount of reviews. That's gonna make all the difference in getting your logo designed. And that's really about all I had for you today. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about tech tips, and I've got some great technology tips for you to streamline some of the things that you do in your business. And be watching your email for the link to attend. And I can't wait to see you on tomorrow's webinar. Our sponsor is, of course, the company that I own, which is iCardinal Apps. And what that product is a service where you can build your own applications. You can build iPhone, Android, Kindle, Windows. You can build mobile websites, all kinds of neat things with the service. And it is at iCardinalApps.com. You don't need to know any programming or coding skills. You just jump in, grab a template, make a couple changes, and then publish it to the publishing platform that you want to publish to. So if you want to publish for iPhone, then you go to iTunes. If you want to publish for Android, you can publish on Google Play. You can also publish on Amazon for Android or Kindle. And it's just an exciting service. And just to give you an example of what you can do, I started building my own apps after the amputation. And I literally would go in and make an app in less than a day. And there's an online previewer, so you don't have to publish it, because it does take a little while to publish. Android apps usually take a day or two. iPhone apps can take 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how fast they can go through the review process. But in order to show your customers something, there's actually, through my service, there's an online previewer. And that online previewer you can take to your customer, and you can build this simple app by pulling in a template and making the few changes that you need to make. Go to the customer, show them the app that you've made, and say, hey, this is an example of what I can make for you. Are you interested in an app? And that's all I did. And I've gotten so much business doing that. And I don't think of myself as a really good salesperson. I'm the kind of person that walks in and says, you don't want an app, do you? But with this service, you can create an app from a template so fast. And you have that online preview, so you don't have to publish it yet. You just create it real quickly, take it into the business, say, hey, I've got something to show you. Here's an example of an app that you can have for your business. And I can have it up and running in just a couple weeks. And it's just incredible how fast they act on it, because they see what you can do right in front of their eyes. So it's worth the money that they spend getting you as their app builder. There's a lot of different features with the app service as well, iCardinal Apps. There's push notifications, and there's QR code reading, there's loyalty cards, there's it's almost limitless what you can do with these apps. It's absolutely incredible. Easy to build, easy to get customers. And in another month, about 30 days, we'll be launching a coaching program. Yes, I will be doing a coaching program. I'm so excited. But it's called the App Foundation, and it's literally a 52-week program to start you building a application development company. And it starts you from the ground up, how to get your license to start a business, how to get your LLC to make sure you're a limited liability corporation. It gives you all of the forms that you're going to need to interact with your customers, and then one-on-one coaching and webinar coaching and tutorials, all kinds of neat stuff. Also, you get a startup website, you get templates for business cards and business flyers. It's so exciting. I really can't wait to get it launched so that I can share it with you. But that's about all that I had for you today. Are there any questions? Does anybody have any questions for me? I always love the questions because that makes me think on the fly. And sometimes I think well on the fly, and sometimes I don't. All right, well, if there are not any questions, I really appreciate everybody that was here. Thank you to my Webinar Jam viewers. Thank you to my Periscope viewers. You guys are awesome. I can't wait for tomorrow's webinar, which is tech tips. And then, of course, Friday is Friday free for all. That means you can ask any questions you want to about how to build a business and how to get things started. For those of you on Periscope, if you'd like to jump into the Webinar Jam webinar online on your PC, you can go to iCardinalApps.com and go down to the bottom where it says blog and click on blog, and you'll see links to all of the webinars and how to sign up and register. I hope you guys have an awesome day. It's nice and sunny here in Mississippi, so I'm going to get up and move around a little bit. And I was telling everybody yesterday on the webinar that I just got a We Fit You, and I'm going to do some more stuff on that today to continue to build in tone and learn how to balance better on my prosthetic leg. So that's the plan for me today, is to play a little bit on my We Fit You and get some exercise in. So I will see all of y'all tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.